Guys, Rick Denham here with Holy Moly Outdoors. We're out on the boat today talking kokanee, but more in particular, we're talking kokanee fishing on a budget. Because nowadays, you can go spend hundreds of dollars on a lot of different gear that's super effective and catches fish. But really, for kokanee fishing, you don't need to spend a ton of money. You can get the job done with just a few basic steps, and I want to showcase to you guys today what we're going to take a look at. So, you can see in my hands here, I have a rod. We're talking a rod that's less than $20 when you can find them on sale. This is the Eagle Claw Featherlight Kokanee series in the 8-foot model, and they also have a 7.6 model. It's a really good rod to be using for kokanee on the water. You don't need anything fancy. It's got the nice parabolic tip and bend like you do on your other rods. It's a great looking rod for the price. So, with this Eagle Claw rod, we got to find a reel that works to go with it. Now we're staying within our budget to basically be within 60 bucks out the door before tax. So it's a really good budget to be using this. So let's say $20 is what your rod's going to cost. Now we're going to talk reels. And for reels, Abu Garcia has a great one. It's called the Black Max. I have a bunch of these. I've used them for a long time before I started switching over to Velocity. These are a great, low, inexpensive reel that will get you into a lot of fish and can be useful for a lot of different applications. These are great for bass, for salmon, for steelhead, trolling for trout and kokanee. Really works in a lot of different situations. And the price point can't be beat either. You can find them online, maybe eBay, or a little cheaper, but this brand new at Walmart was $35. So I'd highly recommend you pick one of these up, as well as the Eagle Claw rod, and you got yourself set up for a very effective kokanee. Alright, now we've covered the basics of the budgetary kokanee rod setup. That Eagle Claw Featherlight 8-foot in front of you with that Black Max is rigged up and ready to go. The next thing you're going to have to start talking about and thinking towards is your setup for dodgers and lures. In front of me I have 3 different brands. The Rocky Mountain Tackle there on the left, the Dick Nite Dodger in the middle, and your Gull's Custom on the far right. You can guys really spend as much money as you'd like on dodgers, but really I take these as an investment. You spend a little bit of money on a couple dodgers and you're really all set to whatever you need. You don't lose very many dodgers throughout the day just because of you're trolling, you're not casting, and it's just a good idea to have a few different varieties for your boat. So not too expensive, but this will be a little bit more of an investment there. And when you start looking at your lures, it really breaks down to 2 different categories, I feel, for the budgetary conscious people, because you don't need, for all the thousands and thousands of lures out there that are for kokanee, you really need 2 types and you will catch a lot of fish. The first being spinners over here. And in talking about spinners, you guys can go one of 2 routes. Again, if you do custom stuff, you're probably going to be a little bit on the cheaper in the long run for what you can make out of them, but the initial cost may be a little bit more for the components. But sitting in front of me, you have prepackaged kokanee spinners from Skagit Tackle all the way up through Wicked Lures there. And really, these are the staple kokanee killers. Spinners always work well in a lot of different scenarios, so it could be a great option to have in your boat for a variety change-up. I got a lot of pinks in front of me here, but in our lakes up here, green and orange work as well. So I always have spinners on my rods, but for the budget, these may be a great option to already buy the prepackaged and just get a couple in different colors to go there. The second type of lure that I would say to look at is the Hoochie skirt. And really, when you're looking at these, there are so many different routes to go from different manufacturers, just like in spinners, but there are other ways to make this work for budget conscious. These little crappie tubes are very inexpensive. There's about 20 to that package for $2. So really, you can get yourself set up for a perfect little Hoochie that you control behind, just like you would any other thing else with those dodgers there in a short leader, and those will catch just as many fish as anything else. They work great, inexpensive. That would be my budgetary conscious purchase for Kokanee Hoochies. But you also see you have the Hoochie King squid skirts there, already pre-rigged Rocky Mountain tackle skirts, and you have your Olympic tackle Kokanee snacks. Now, all of these three types, just like the spinners, they're proven, they work well, and you may end up paying a little bit more than, let's say, these basic Hoochie squid tube bodies, but with these, you can get them already pre-rigged. So a lot of that time and effort of trying to figure out what you need to do can already be taken care of, like you see there. So you've selected your lures now, you selected your dodgers, you got your rod. You really want to start looking towards bait, because you got to have something for Kokanee to key in on. Bait and scent are absolutely critical, and with any of these fishing items, being a budgetary conscious video here, you can find stuff on sale at any time of the year, and sometimes you strike gold, sometimes it's just knowing when to look for things, when timing of the year. But I'll make that note. For Kokanee fishermen, a lot of my stuff I get on sale when big stores have stuff going on for clearance. You can really pick up and make a clearing. Bait-wise, though, you have two options. Really, a lot of people for Kokanee fishing have heard of the white Shoepeg corn. That's what so many people use. Works great. You set it up on your own, fully customizable. They last, a reasonably amount of time for fishing. And storage-wise, you can, with the right cure, last, not too bad. Probably a month. But I'd like to say that the Gull maggots you have there will last longer. And it's based upon just the synthetic of the bait itself, as opposed to being something that can spoil over time. But you can really get a lot out of those maggots with whatever scent you're putting in there. And you can see there, I found this bottle of scent on clearance for 50 cents. So it all just depends on what you want to do. You can use tuna flavoring, you can do a lot of different stuff to get your bait the way you want it. So many videos are out there too. Or you can go something like these and sporting chapstick scents that help add a little bit extra flavoring on your dodgers and your hard bait lures like your squids. Very inexpensive, but also help really in the long run last. And that's what those are going to definitely do. You get a lot of use out of them. So for Kokanee fishing on a budget, I'd highly recommend that you guys go check some of these items out and look for just a couple colors in the different lures, a couple colors in the dodgers, and some different types of bait there, and you guys will be all set to Kokanee fish on a budget. And like I kind of hinted towards the inexpense, you can probably be out the door for less than $100 for a full Kokanee outfit, rigging, setup, and you're fishing. So hopefully this helps, guys. I can't wait to get back on the water. And this is Rick Dennon with Holy Moly Outdoors signing off. Take care and fish on.